Hi, thanks for joining me today to make this lovely minced beef cobbler. So I've already made the mince. This has got a rich beef gravy and some onion added in as well. I do have the recipe for this mince which I made in the pressure cooker. That's on the YouTube channel. I've got in the bowl 160 grams of self-raising flour, and I'm adding into that roughly a quarter of a teaspoon of salt and a quarter of a teaspoon of black pepper. And then I'm going to mix that into the flour just using my hand, and then I'm going to start to rub in the butter. You don't want to use a low fat baking spread, they won't work as well. You need a higher level of fat to make them moist and to rise well. So you just rub in the same way as you would make pastry, just rubbing the fat or the butter across the tips of your fingers. And here I've got a breadcrumb-like consistency. Now I'm going to add in the crumbled strong cheddar cheese that I'm using. It's 50 grams of cheese and 1 teaspoon of chopped parsley. And you just want to start to mix that in. I'm just spending a little time just to make sure that there's not clumps of your parsley or your herbs. You can use any herbs that you like. And you can also use different cheeses. I just had this extra strong mature cheddar and it made a lovely taste. Then you want to add in some milk. I wouldn't add all the milk just now, I would just start off adding some of your milk just to start bringing the dough together. Just mix it around with a spoon, and then I'm just going to add in the rest. So it's more or less a scone type mixture you're making. So you just want to start to bring it together with your hand. You can do this in the food processor, but I find that for the sake of a few minutes, you can just do it by hand. It's much easier than using all the different tools. And you also don't want to over mix your dough, which can be done easily in a food processor. So you just bring it all together, and then you want to start to cut out the shapes of the cobbler to go on top of the mince. So I'm just patting it down. Again, you can use a rolling pin, but I don't think it needs it. You can just squash it down. Just add a little bit of flour just to dust it, so to make sure it doesn't stick. It's a little bit of flour both sides. So you want your dough to be rolled out, or squashed out in my case, to just over an inch. So you just dust your cutter and then you can start to roll. You don't want to twist too much, you just twist a little just to get them cut off. And you can see it's quite easy just to cut out the shapes. So you want the mince to be fairly warm at this stage, because the scone mixture or the cobbler mixture doesn't take very long to bake. So you want to ensure that your mince is already warmed through before you add on the top cobbler part. So just brush it with milk, and then it's going to go in a hot oven at 190 degrees Celsius for 15 to 20 minutes, or until golden brown. You just have to keep an eye on them. They have to be a good golden brown to make sure that they've baked through. So that's them all ready to go in. And this is the finished product. So as I say, you can make different shapes. You can also make them a lot thinner. That's the inside. They're lovely and light and fluffy with melted cheese and the herbs. They tasted absolutely fantastic. So I served up with new potatoes and peas, and it was really, really nice. So thanks again for watching today, and I hope you can subscribe to see more of our videos. Thank you very much.